Hello everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. We're going to be making turkey for Thanksgiving, and the first thing we're gonna do is make a brine. So here I have a large pot. I'm gonna fill it up with 3 quarts of water. You will need 6 quarts total, but let's just do the 3 quarts to a bowl, the thicker salt, and then I'm going to add apple cider, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Let's get this, move over to the stove and let's get it boiling. I have a teaspoon of black peppercorns and also just 2 cloves. It gives it a little bit of a different flavor and so delicious. Bring it back up to a boil and make sure that it's melting. Now let's add a couple sprigs of thyme. I'm not going to remove it from the stem because what happens is then it goes all over the turkey. Like this, it's easier to remove them. So let's get the sage in there too. And the rosemary. The same mixture is going to be what we're going to massage the turkey in. I get very personal with the turkey. And once you do the brining, you never go back to not brining, really. I've been doing it for the last 6-7 years, I'm gonna say, and there's nothing better for a juicy, delicious turkey. It smells divine. The salt is all dissolved. I'm gonna shut the heat off. Let this cool, but I'm also going to be adding the other 3 quarts of water. Can you add ice to quicken it? But it's very cold out, so what I'm gonna do is just grab the pot. Oops, I just burned myself. Grab the pot, put it outside, and it'll cool down quickly. Okay, the brine is cold. Look already the color that's changing because now all the peppercorns, the cloves, all the greens are releasing the flavor into the water. And the salt too, of course. So I'm gonna add also an onion, 3 cloves of garlic. I did purchase a brining bag. At the beginning, I didn't have a brining bag, and I did make a mess in the fridge. So at the end of this Thanksgiving, I'll buy brining bags for next year. So that's how I work. Here it goes. The turkey's all nice and washed. I want to show you something. Make sure you remove the little bag that's inside with the livers and the kidney and the heart. I kid you not, my sister forgot to do that one year, and the poor girl has not lived that down. Every year when we sit down and eat the turkey, somebody will say, "Oh, did you remember to remove the bag?" And I know she doesn't like it, but we do it. And I'm sorry, Serafina, for doing that to you. So here's the turkey. It's nice and washed. I'm going to save the neck because with the neck, I'm going to make a broth because I'm going to make the broth too. I'm not buying stock in a container. I'm going to make that, and that's what I'm going to use to wet the turkey tomorrow as it cooks. So let's open up the brining bag. Let's see. All right, what I'm going to do is, if you don't have a brining bag and you're using a large container, make sure that halfway through brining, you flip the bird so all the sides get the delicious flavor. Again, if you get a brining bag, it's definitely the better way to do it. This is not a large bird. This was 12 pounds. We make 2, one stuffed and one not. This one is going to be stuffed. So if you need more, so pretty much the measurements are 6 quarts of water, 1.5 cups of the salt. Double it up if you have 2 birds, or double it up if you have a very large turkey. I'm going to, hold on, let me get this rinsed before I put the bag in. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go. The bird breast down because that's what needs the moisture and the flavor of the brining. So I'd rather do that. And here it goes, the water in. The onion cut. The cloves of garlic, I'm just gonna have them, half them. In Italian, we don't have H. to this day, even after 45 years, and as I'm getting older, it gets harder. If I don't concentrate, I don't pronounce my H. Sorry about that, guys. It's also because I speak Italian quite often throughout the day. I speak to my mother once or twice a day, and it's only the dialect, the Napoletano. And then I have lots of aunts and uncles in Italy, so I call them up and we're speaking Italian. And it's wonderful. Okay, here it is. The bird is ready to be put in the refrigerator. Guys, I'm so excited. I forgot an important element. It needs a little sweet. So instead of adding sugar, my own feeling is I put in apple cider. I'm gonna say a couple cups, maybe a little bit more. It's really up to you. Okay, there it goes. Now we can go put it in the fridge. Time to make the croutons. Now, can you buy a bag of stuffing? Absolutely. But you know, they put their own spices in, and then it doesn't taste like my turkey. It tastes like a store-brand turkey. So I'm very particular about buying good Italian bread. I was lucky enough, I have a lovely bakery right here in town. And this is actually a day-old bread. So I even pay half a price for it. So it's all wonderful. And what I like to do is just take the loaf and with a good knife, just make little croutons. Get your oven on 375 and just cut the bread in small cubes. See that? I'm going to put in the oven in time, and now everybody's oven is different. Just don't walk away and forget about it. Keep an eye on it, otherwise you'll burn the croutons. The dogs are hungry. Okay, look at this. The bread, it took exactly 17 minutes, 18 minutes. Look, it's golden, it's not burned, it's all dried out, okay? Now, once the bread is like this, in a Ziploc, in a brown paper bag, it will not mold. The reason why I made a little bit more, because we're gonna be using this for stuffing, to stuff the mushrooms. And also, you know, it's great to even just snack on them. They're delicious little pieces of croutons. Filled up a 5-quart pot, and I'm going to add the turkey neck, a piece of butternut squash, an onion, some carrots, and some tomatoes, and some celery, okay? I'm gonna put it on a stove and make soup, turkey soup. And this is going to be the soup I'm going to be using to baste the turkey. We're not playing around here. Everything is made from scratch. Maybe in a few minutes. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt and cover the soup, let it boil, and let's move on to the stuffing. Let's get the stuffing made. Okay, really quick. I have a large onion, celery, I'm gonna say 3 stalks about, I chopped it up, mushrooms, what is this, about 2 cups of mushrooms, 2.5. They've really reduced to nothing, so it's okay, a little bit more. Fresh parsley, 2 cloves of garlic, and I have chicken sausage out of the casing, or you could use pork sausage, any kind of meat that you like. My mother would sometimes use it with chopped beef, but I prefer a chicken sausage mix. Let's move right over to the stove and get started with the stuffing. I'm gonna add extra virgin olive oil. Okay, the chicken is very lean, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna say about 5-6 tablespoons, about 1/4 cup. Half a stick of butter is a must because that gives it the sweetness. So I got the butter in too. You don't want the flame on too high because you don't want frying, you want sweating. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So as the butter starts melting, I'm gonna help it with my finger. I'm going to add the onions. Again, I don't have a large turkey. My turkey is 12 pounds. If you have a large turkey, then you're gonna wanna make more. And if you make more, stuffing is ideal because what you keep, you could put it in a tray and bake it and just have it outside. We're gonna stuff the turkey today. Okay, next thing I'm gonna add a little bit of the salt so it starts my onions sweating quickly. And that's what you want, okay? And also I forgot to mention, I'm gonna, just to keep in theme with the turkey flavors, I'm gonna add some rosemary, some thyme, and also some sage. If you don't prefer these fresh spices, you could leave them out, but just a little bit goes a long way. So don't overdo it. Celery in. And just come closer. I want you to take a look already how beautiful it looks. And I can't even begin to tell you how divine it smells. Once the celery and the onions are really nice and all sweated, and so then you could add your garlic, because you never want to add the garlic too soon. The garlic tends to burn. So got that going for a minute or so, and now let's get the chicken sausage in. I put a frying pan on the side with nothing in it. I'm going to sweat my mushrooms. The reason why I'm doing that separate is because since there's a large amount of mushrooms, what happens is if I add it in here, it's going to release so much water, and then it's going to be a wishy-washy thing. So if it's a small amount, no problem. But being that it's a large amount, so I'm going to sweat them first, drain the water, and then add them here. So I'm going to continue stirring the chicken sausage until it's all nice and caramelized, and I'll show you that in a second or so. Beautiful caramelization happening in here. Can barely speak English when I'm excited with food. Okay, take a look at that. See, that's exactly what you want. What I'm going to do now, the temperature is nice and high. I'm going to add my white wine. I think it was about 3/4 of a cup. And now with the heat on high, let it evaporate. And I'm going to take the time to chop in some of the herbs. So the first one that's going in is a little bit of parsley. If you follow my videos, you know that I just like to snip away. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing already? Just a little bit of the rosemary. Just hold it the opposite direction, pull, and all the needles come off. There it goes. Same thing with the thyme, very little, it goes a long way. There it goes. And the sage, I have it here washed. I'm going to do the same, just cut it very, very small. Right? Let the wine evaporate. It looks and it smells delicious. So you got the mixture. Now let's get the bread that we toasted. Let's get that in there. And I'm going to add a couple of ladles of the turkey broth that we're making. Here it goes. Keep stirring and make sure that the bread softens up and the liquids get dried. Does that look delicious or what? Now is a good time to adjust. Actually, let's add some pepper in it, right? And then I'll taste it. And I will see, we'll adjust the salt too. Time to taste it. Let me try to get everything. Oh wow, perfect, delicious already. Now I'm going to let this cool off and let's get the turkey ready. All right, time to get the turkey out of the marinade, the brine, whichever way you want to call it. And what you do want to do is just give it a quick rinse and pat it dry. Okay, chopping away the thyme, the rosemary, and the sage, okay? Because now we're gonna get very close and personal with this turkey because you want it to give the best flavor there is. Okay, so half a cup of butter. I'm going to add my cut up herbs. I can't pronounce the H. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say a teaspoon of the salt, fresh cracked black pepper. Could be generous with this. All right. Okay, so here's the bird. What I'm going to do is, because I want to get between the skin and the meat, and that's where I want to add all that deliciousness of the flavored butter. I'm gonna mix it with my hands. There it goes. I'm gonna go right in there and massage it in. The further in you could go, the better it is. You see how beautiful? When it cooks, you could still see all the herbs underneath it, and it looks just fantastic. Do the same on the outside. The wings everywhere. Even I'm going to try to remove some of the skin. You see that? Just with your finger. Remove the skin like this. Just separate it. See that? And add this deliciousness inside. See, there it goes. Look at that. Same thing on this side. Okay, let me just get it in. Perfect. The rest here. Okay, got the arms. You don't want to add any more salt because the brine was salty. Let me just flip the bird and do this side too. Okay, wonderful. Super excited. So many things to be thankful for, and the fact that we're well and we could prepare these meals for our loved ones is enough to be grateful and thankful. A couple tips. If you think the stuffing is too much, already remove a part of it, because once you start touching the raw turkey, I'm not comfortable about reusing the turkey. That's just something. I know it gets cooked again, but still, just to be safe. So remove if you think. I think I should be able to stuff it all in. So I'm just gonna get started. So basically, you could cut up a nice apple inside. I don't have any apples in the house. You usually do, but today we don't, so I'm gonna leave it without it. So let's start, grab the stuffing and get it into the extremities of the turkey. Okay, I'm gonna get the turkey stuffing in here too. Just grab some toothpicks and seal this end so the stuffing doesn't fall out. I'm gonna flip the bird again and finish up the side. We did finish. I put all the stuffing in. Okay, now I'm going, there's a rubber band right here. So I'm gonna tuck the legs in. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, the legs are tucked in. Perfect. Now I'm gonna gently pick it up and place it right into the baking pan. Oven is on 350. I'm gonna put some onions at the bottom because all the drippings we're going to be making gravy. So let's get that. Okay, I'm going to make little protection for the wings because I don't want them burning immediately. It's usually 20 minutes for every pound of turkey. This is 12 pounds, 24, so 2 hours and 40 minutes if my math is right. It's gonna probably be a little bit longer because of the stuffing, but we'll use a thermometer to make sure that it's correct. I also like to loosely put aluminum on top so that it doesn't burn. But before I do that, the stock we made before, I'm gonna add it to the bottom. And as the turkey cooks, about every 30-40 minutes, we're going to add more of the broth. And right before I take the turkey out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the neck and also add it at the bottom of the tray so that it gets the flavor from the turkey. My brother-in-law loves the turkey neck. Usually what I do is buy a lot of turkey necks and just put them at the bottom of the tray so that everybody could get their neck. All right, going straight in the oven now. Let's take a look. Okay, not much is happening. All right, it's too soon, but I want to open it up for you. Oh, look at that. All right, what I also have one of these things. I'm going to suck up some juice and just squeeze it right in. And that's what you want to be doing throughout the cooking process. So just jab it right into the breast so it's nice and moist. Can't get any more moist than this. All right, let's get it back inside. And we'll check back. Let's another hour. Adding more broth on. As you could see, it's finally turning a beautiful golden color, but it still needs a lot of time to cook. But every once in a while, take it out and just make sure you baste it. Use this little thingamajig and just squeeze some of the juice right into the breast. Back in. Okay, oh wow, it looks amazing. Let's get the turkey out of the oven. There you go. Take a look at that. Let it sit for a couple minutes. Let it rest, just more than a couple minutes, and then we're ready to eat. I'm going to strain the drippings of the turkey. I bought this this measuring cup. It's specifically for that because what it does is it keeps the oil on top and just the juice, all the drips, all the deliciousness at the bottom. So I'm going to take this now and let's walk over to the stove and let's get the gravy made. Saute pan, I'm going to put just a third of a cup of butter. I'm sorry, third of a stick of butter. And let's get that melted nicely. Going to add a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay, and what you want to do is just create a roux. If the butter browns a little bit, it's actually okay because that gives it a nice nutty flavor to the gravy. to add the drippings. Just keep stirring so it doesn't create any lumps. Oil is left here and just the drippings in the gravy. I want you to see how smooth and beautiful the gravy is. I'm just gonna put it in the gravy bowl. Take a look at that. Doesn't it look fantastic? And the flavor, nothing beats gravy from the drippings to the powder stuff. Absolutely. So go the extra step and do that. All right, let's wrap it up. Everybody's hungry and it's very exciting. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Please, let's all count our blessings. Be happy, be safe, stay well. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button. Thank you, everyone. I am honored and humbled by all the wonderful comments on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you all. With that, I started doing this for my daughters, but it's gone far beyond my wildest dreams. Thank you again. Lots to be thankful for. Arrivederci, alla prossima. Be safe, stay healthy. Thank you.